Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class. So, I hope you have gone through the poem The Gift to Sing again and again. So, today let's see the exercises from that chapter. Let's see the first exercise, reading comprehension. Answer these questions with your elbow partner. Question number 1. What magic way does the poet use to change a gloomy day to a cheerful one? So, in the first stanza of the poem, the poet talks about a magic way. Let's read the first stanza once again. Sometimes the mist overhangs my path and blackening clouds about me cling, but oh, I have a magic way to turn the gloom to cheerful day, I softly sing. So, what is that magic way that the poet here is referring to? The magic way to turn a gloomy day into a bright one is to sing. Now, let's see the second question. How does the way get darker? In the second stanza of the poem, it says, and if the way grows darker still, shadowed by sorrow's somber wing. So, how does the way get darker? Shadowed by sorrow's somber wing. The path gets darker with sorrow. So, how do you answer that question? The way gets darker if there is sorrow. Now the third question. Why do you think the poet uses the word glad before defiance? In the second stanza, we could read, with glad defiance in my throat, I pierce the darkness with a note and sing and sing. Here, the word glad means happy and defiance means a resistance or a bold disobedience. So, the poet here means he is happy that he is able to sing and change his mood. He is happy that he can change his gloomy day into a cheerful one with his singing. So, how do you answer this question? The poet uses the word glad before defiance because he wants to say that he is happy to take up the challenge of brightening a gloomy day by singing. Now let's see the next question. With what does the poet pierce the darkness? So in the second stanza, we can see, I pierce the darkness with a note and sing and sing. So how does he pierce the darkness? The poet pierces the darkness with a note, means with the beginning of a song. So you can write, the poet pierces the darkness with a note, the beginning of a song. What does the poet not brood over? In the third stanza, it says, I brood not over the broken past. So what does the poet not brood over? The poet does not brood over the past, which may be sad and broken. Now this question number 6. Why does the poet never have a dark night or a long day? Again in the third stanza, it says, no nights are dark, no days are long, while in my heart there swells a song and I can sing. So why does the poet never have a dark night or a long day? The poet does not have a dark night or a long day because of his ability to lift up his spirits through his singing. Now the next set of questions, read these sentences and answer the questions that follow. Question number 1. And blackening clouds above me cling. Question A. What does the poet mean by the words blackening clouds? So in the first stanza, it says, sometimes the mist overhangs my path and blackening clouds about me cling. Here the words blackening clouds refer to the sadness and despair that the poet is going through on his sad days. So how do you answer this question? The blackening clouds refer to the moments of sadness and despair. Now question B, how does the poet describe the path he is on? So the first line of the poem says, sometimes the mist overhangs my path. Mist here refers to the sad days. So how do you answer this one? The poet describes the path as being filled with mist. Now question C, what happens when the poet softly sings? In the first stanza, we can read, to turn the gloom to cheerful day, I softly sing. So what happens when the poet softly sings? When the poet softly sings, his gloomy day will be changed to a happy one. So let's answer this question like, when the poet softly sings, the gloomy day turns to a cheerful day. Now, question number 2. While in my heart there swells a song and I can sing. Question A. Why do you think the poet uses the word swells here? In the third stanza, we can read the lines, no nights are dark, no days are long, while in my heart there swells a song and I can sing. What does the poet mean by saying, heart there swells a song? It means a song that is coming from his soul, that is coming from his heart. So how do you answer this question? The word swells refers to a song rising from his soul. It says it means that the poet can change his gloomy day to a happy one by singing a song from his soul. Now, question B. What does the song help the poet do? In the third stanza, the poet says, I brood not over the broken past, no dread whatever time may bring, no nights are dark, no days are long, while in my heart there swells a song and I can sing. Here the poet says, as long as there is a song in his heart, as long as he can sing from his soul, he is not going to remain bad-tempered or remain worried about his broken past, his sad past, or he is not going to worry about what may come in his future. As long as he is able to sing from his soul, he will be easily able to overcome all the despair and the sadness. So how do you answer this question? The song helps the poet to overcome feelings of despair. He does not find the nights dark or the days long if he sings. It means that sometimes when you're having a bad day, you might feel the night is never going to end. You might feel the day is never going to end. But as long as he can sing, the poet says he'll be able to overcome all the despair. Now question C. What does the poet not dread anymore? Question C. What does the poet not dread anymore? So in the third stanza, the poet says, I brood not over the broken past, nor dread whatever time may bring. So how do you answer this question? The poet does not dread what hardships time may bring. He is not going to worry about what will happen in the future. So I hope these questions and answers are clear to you. Now let's see the next set of exercises. Vocabulary. You see these sentences given here. Read these lines from the poem. Notice the highlighted letters. Look at the words from the poem. Shadowed by sorrow's somber wing, I brood not over the broken past. No nights are dark, no days are long. You can see some letters are highlighted here with a different color. Sorrow, somber. What is the sound of S here in these words? It is S. Sorrow, somber. And what about B here? Brood, broken. Here it is B. No nights are dark and no days are long. Here N. In these words, N has the sound N. You see the highlighted letters here? These letters, when used in these words, have the same sound. So when you use two or more words starting with the same sound, it's called an alliteration. Now, please look into your textbook, page number 52. At the top of the page, you can read this. Read another example of alliteration. No time to stand beneath the boughs. The words beneath and boughs both start with the same sound, B. So that's also an example of alliteration. Now, the next exercise. Now, underline the alliterative letters in these sentences, then add a new expression with alliterative words. Now, underline the alliterative letters in these sentences, then add a new expression with alliterative words. One has been done for you. One is given here as an example. Please put your pen away. Look at the sentence here. Please put your pen away. The words please, put and pen. These three words start with the same sound, P. So, they have underlined the P in these three words, which resemble an alliteration, which shows an alliteration. And then add a new expression with alliterative words. Here they have shown one example sentence which has some alliterations in it. You can put away the paper too. Put and paper, both these words start with the sound p. So that's also examples of alliteration. Now let's look at the second question. Sally sold her sewing machine. So underline the letters that show alliteration. Which are the words here? Sally sold sewing machine. Sewing. See the word Sally, sold and sewing. All these words start with the same sound. So let's underline that alliterative letter. It is S here. So we have underlined it here. Now you can write your own sentence with alliterative examples or alliterative words. I have shown here one example. Let me show you that one. Sally stitched scarves with her sewing machine. Here the word Sally, stitched, scarves, sewing. All these words start with the same sound. So these are alliterative words. You can write your own examples with alliterative words. Now question number 3. The lazy lizard looked at the little fly. So which is the alliterative letter here? The lazy lizard looked at the little fly. Here lazy lizard, L, looked, L, at the little fly, L. So these words have the alliterative letter L. Now let me show you an example of another sentence with alliterative words here. The lazy lizard longed for the little fly. Lazy lizard longed little. All these are alliterative words. Now let's gather green leaves in the garden. The words gather, green and garden. These words have the alliterative letter G there, and all these words start with the same sound. Gather, green, garden, G. So let me show you an example. Another example with alliterative words with this one. The girls gather green flowers in the garden. Girls gather green flowers in the garden. Girls gather green and garden. These are alliterative words. Oliver stared a steely stare at his sister. Stared, steely, stare, sister. These words start with the same sound, sir. So these are the alliterative words in this sentence. Look at another example here. Oliver stored a steel scrub in his sasher. Stored, steel, scrub and sasher. So these are the alliterative words in this example. Now the next set of exercise, writing. There are things we do to perk us up when upset or sad. Some of us may sing or dance, some may paint or read their favorite book. Write a short paragraph to describe what you do. Refer to the sample paragraph in the chapter Once Upon a Time. So this exercise is about paragraph writing. What do you mean by a paragraph? When you write about something, when the writing is long, you divide the writing into paragraphs, a series of sentences organized into one group. That makes up a paragraph. Each paragraph usually contains one idea, and when you have more ideas explained in the writing, you divide each idea into individual paragraphs. And usually, a basic paragraph structure contains 5 sentences. The topic sentence, 1 topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and 1 concluding sentence. This is the basic structure of a paragraph. In this writing exercise, you are asked to write about what you usually do when you feel upset or sad. Whether you read a book, you dance or sing, or you listen to a song, what do you usually do? You have to write a paragraph on it. You can also refer to a sample paragraph in the chapter Once Upon a Time. Here, I have given you an example. You can refer this example also, and you can write your own paragraph. Let me show you an example. Here, I have given a heading. It's called My Magic Way. Let me read the paragraph to you. Whenever I'm upset, I read a book. A book takes me to a fairyland and I become absorbed in the world of elves and pixies, witches and demons. I forget about why I was upset or with whom. I lose track of time and forget about my meals also. I read slowly and sometimes even repeat an interesting paragraph. It is very enjoyable to read about magical lands and mythical creatures like in Aladdin and his magical lamp or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So here is one example of paragraph writing. You can use this as a reference. You can also refer to the paragraph from the chapter Once Upon a Time. And you also have to finish one more exercise, My Word Bank, which is also in page number 52. You have to complete the writing exercise and the My Word Bank exercise. Once you're done with that, please do take a picture and send us through Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class. Until then, bye.